Good morning, our wonderful people. Welcome to the program. I'm looking at my eyes are right there on the time. Let me the date and time on it. It's 8/10/2024 because I got so much text messages. People were making fun of me, getting the date wrong. So I glued my eyes on the date 8/10/2024. Welcome to the program. My name is Monachim Saga, and we are definitely happy to have you guys here today. A lot is going on in the background, but the God of our ancestors is in charge. So have no fear.
Yes.
So welcome. I'll allow my sister to go on.
Thank you so much. Thank you, our viewers, our wonderful viewers, and those that are seeing this video for the first time. You're also welcome. Yes, like my sister has said, a lot is going on, but we're excited. It's not anything that we can handle, and it's not anything that we did not foresee. So please keep your seatbelt on. It's moving. Thank you so much. My name is Epi. Help us to share, like, and subscribe. We'll pull a video up so that as we are sharing, we can also just keep our minds busy while that is going on. Thank you. This first video, you can see we know that what we preach here is truth. We are not carrying propaganda or lies. It's pure truth. So you can see that even the people we are calling out, the colonizers, their own people, are saying that they were not civilized. That if they were civilized, they will not be going around taking people's land, because that's not civilization. That's not how to show that you're civilized. So they will not go around taking people's stuff, colonizing people, butchering people. When you go into some of this history, when you see some of the things that these people did, you will say, are these human beings? So those of you that keep comparing them to us, say, oh, they're civilized, they're this, they're that, please stop. It's bad enough that we have injury. Don't put insult to it. Listen now. Thank you.
Of course, Africa is absolutely the most important continent on the planet, the most important continent to the planet. And the next most important, and therefore the next most at-risk region, is the Middle East. The Middle East and Africa power the whole global economy. They power everything that makes so-called modern life possible. It's all made possible by the Middle East and Africa. And if the West was an actually civilized civilization, that would mean that peace and stability in the Middle East and in Africa should be of paramount importance. Good relations and harmonious dealings and so on, that would be the priority if they were civilized people. But of course, the West is not civilized. And if you have something that they need, if you have something that they want, then they do not see you as a friend. They don't see you as a friend that they want to be close to and have good relations with. They see you as an enemy that they want to subjugate. They see the world in a predator-prey paradigm. The most dangerous situation is in Africa, because of course Africa is absolutely the most important continent on.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm gonna pull up the next video as we go so you can see when we tell you that everything that is happening is intentional, that you need to wake up and be intentional. It's not something we can solve with emotions. It's not something that we can cry to the Lord about. It's something that we need to place a strategy on the table that will work to answer to this evil that is being dished out against us on a daily basis.
And we thank God that strategy is on the table. That's why we say, please continue to subscribe, continue to follow, like, hit the like button so that the information will get out. See how they have reduced us, what they have reduced our people to. Look at it. This is Congo, but it's the same thing happening everywhere in Nigeria, everywhere. Congo is one of the richest countries in the world. Look at the bridge our people have to use. Look at what that woman is doing. Trying to get daily living. She's not even looking for a private jet. She's not looking for anything. What of all these things that they bring for us? No, she just wants to live. She just wants to provide for her family. Look at what is called bridge. Human beings living here, calling themselves politicians. When we tell them that the politics that you're practicing in Africa is not working for Africans, whatever it is that you're practicing, it's not working. We need to do something instantly. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. That's what we're saying. That's the message. That's the message for those that are deaf. For those that think that it's about their father, their uncle, their brother, their sister. No, it's not about any of those things. It's about a dying people. It's about our people. My sister is playing it again. You watch that woman. What she's like. Are you even kidding?
Oh my gosh.
Are you even kidding? It's even giving me anxiety, me just watching it. Like, what is this? What do you call this? Am I dreaming? Is this life? Is it real? But that's what the politicians subjugated our people to.
Yep, why they live in affluence and abundance.
Yes. And when we shout, when we protest, they say, what? Keep quiet. Don't talk like that. You don't call our nation names. Don't say our nation is sinking. Don't do this. Don't do that. Oh, okay, bravo. Mr. Elite, Mrs. Elite, I have good news for you. Your nation is sinking. Something needs to be done fast. That is a sinking ship. Listen to our son, our child. Listen to him speaking so eloquently.
Oh, what the heck is that?
Please be patient with us. We're trying to get that video work because this child spoke to our hearts. And you can imagine if children like this were given
Opportunities.
Imagine what this world would have become. All these things that are running up and down looking for solution, these children have those. They do. Just listening to them, you know that we are blessed. We are blessed. Human capital, resources, everything, we have it. It's just to put it to work. If we can take out this bad structure, colonial structure, we will be good. Please try again. Let's see if it works.
Child as our own child. If we see every child as our own child, then we won't be here today. Because no parent, no leader, no government will want to see his child in a condition which no horror movie can explain. Education is the only tool that the child of a peasant farmer can become the most celebrated icon of tomorrow. And the challenges are very severe. Our schools are destroyed, our teachers killed, our parents murdered, our schools burned down, we are being kidnapped, and even just looking at the physical destruction itself, it's more than that. It's psychological, and it's something that will make you think that the future does not exist for you, because education is the future. Children who lack the access to education are lacking the access to many rights, because they're all connected, because education is like the mother of the child rights for children. The resources that children need are those destroyed. And if we can rebuild those, I believe they're enough for us to have education. As children who are very passionate about education, believe me, we are willing to sit down on the floor if we access education.
Wow.
But then today, it's not even safe for you to sit down on the floor. Either let's talk of having a school or somewhere you can sit down. So I believe the resources they need are their schools, are the support of their parents, the comfort of their families, and strategies from governments and policies to ensure that they have a very conducive learning environment. My message to parents is to always support their children and especially believe in them, because sometimes it can get very dull for children. When you have dreams, when you have aspirations, sometimes negativity will step in and you feel like you cannot achieve whatever you want to achieve. But if parents are there to support you, if they believe in you and they encourage you, if
Son, you don't have to give us advice. We know what to do. We have demonic entities everywhere. We know how to support you. We know how to care for you. We know how to love you. We know how to elevate you. All these things that you're seeing is artificially created by those benefiting from the system. All these things that you're witnessing is from those benefiting from the system. And that's why we're here as mothers. We say no more. No more would we watch why you guys go to Paris and buy a shirt for $50,000 when our sons and our daughters cannot find a safe place to come and sit on the floor. Criminals. When our sons and our daughters cannot find a safe place to sit on the floor, they didn't ask you to give them classroom or like America that looks like university, not even university, that looks like a NASA office. They are not asking you for tables. They are not asking you for an iPad. They are saying, can we find a place that we can sit on the floor and learn? And we can't even offer them that much. Shame, shame, shame on you guys practicing fake democracy. Shame, shame, shame on the Westerners that have been licking the blood of Black people for centuries, and yet they claim to be the highest level of human beings. Shame, shame, shame on any human being watching this nonsense happening all over the world and nobody is saying anything because it has not come to your door front yet. We are going to play the video of the day. What am I doing? Let me find it.
Yes, fine. Yes, please continue to help us to share. Yes, we really, as adults, as parents, we need to stop talking. We need to stop. Like, by now, we should be saying, what is it that we need to do right now to fix the situation? That should be what we will be talking about. What's all this argument going on?
Only seceded from our secular union. They seceded from our secular union. And so if they have seceded from our union and the other three blocks go to, solemn assemblies to repudiate the constitution that bring everybody to their spaces, we have no union. We have no union. Let those who will come crying tomorrow listen now that under that false claim, we are saying we have no union. And those who are choking in that imposition, those who are choking in that fraud are not going to just, wait to be killed to the last person. And so while we in zooming down to the Labour Party and their candidates, again, we have mentioned before that the first position of that Labour candidate, Peter Obi, was that the engine of the Nigerian vehicle was knocked. He agreed with us that that engine is that constitution, and that unless we fix it, we shouldn't be looking for a driver, really. If a vehicle has a knocked engine, is it driver that will solve the problem? Even if that driver claims to be some kind of a mechanic. If the engine is knocked, it's not the matter. It's not it is not in that state that you begin to load young people who are in a hurry, who are facing the danger that might catch up with them if they don't move from where they are now. They are looking for how to escape. And you are loading a vehicle that you already acknowledge that the engine is not. That's the kind of thing that is going on in that campaign of let me, the excellent driver, take you to the greater destination. And so for the young people who have been so invited to believe that this excellent driver is going to take them to a greater destination, Ninas is telling you, Ninas is inviting you to please come. Let us define the change we seek. We know you want change. You want an end to corruption. You want an end to the humongous cost of governance. You want an end to impunity. You want an end to decayed infrastructure. You want an end to denial of opportunity, the way we saw in the Constitution all these years. And so, if that is what you want, how are you going to obtain it? It's not by emotions that it will come, because the candidate that is coming to, the candidate you are following to try to get it, he hasn't provided any kind of answer.
No.
The first, having acknowledged that the engine is knocked, he then, when we responded to that claim, he then says, makes some kind of U-turn to say, really, constitution is not the problem. Constitution is not the reason where we are. It was a kind of a shock, but I think his handlers were looking for some kind of answer to our own contention. And then we responded further to say, no, this is why he says it's bad leadership. Please, the young people and the rest of the country, all the problems you see, let us give you one formula by which you can begin to approach the solution. That formula is, we call it the WWW interrogation. Why is it so? There's corruption. Why is it so? Ninas is able to point you to the sections of the 1999 Constitution that create the corruption, and the section that protect the beneficiaries of grant corruption, section 308. The section that gives the spare key to the heads of the executive branch, the president and the governors, and the section that says that absorbs government of responsibility towards you. So between all of that, quite apart from the 68 items of exclusive list, we also talk about the cost of governance, the sheer cost of governance. It is not by going to wear only one shoe or one trouser. The 36 states that Nigeria have been fractured into is the bleeding, that is the main artery for the bleeding of Nigeria. The 704 local government areas that will have to be financed every month. Where's the money coming from? Who is producing what? And a new president is not going to dismiss the 36 states to say, oh, we're not going to give it. The bureaucracies of those 36 states, because there's governor, there's House of Assembly. Every one member of that House of Assembly has his own convoy. The council chairman, everybody is a government unto himself, 774. So we have over 800 governments that have to be financed every month. Whereas at the time we were a federation, we had only 4 units. And we are still looking back with nostalgia to what was achieved in Awolowo's time, in Emma Okpara's time, in Ahmadu Bello's time, in those 3 regions of the time, even Dennis Osedebe's Midwest. And so we were just saying that the humongous cost of governance is flowing from that constitution. The WWW interrogation I'm talking about, why? If you ask the first why, you get the first set of answers. Subject that first answer you get to another why. Okay, there's corruption all over the place. Why? You see the first thing. But why is it allowed to be so? By the time you ask that question like 3 times, you are going to get to the root of the problem, because you will then begin to see that it was not we, the people, who wrote down those rules of engagement, and that it is the people who are hoping to benefit from that corruption that wrote it. It's the people that were hoping to benefit from the impunity that wrote it in. It's people that were eager to seize the economic assets of other people that wrote the exclusive list. It's people that want to point guns at other people for all times that put security, arms and ammunition on that exclusive list. And so if you by the time you ask the first why, and then you come to the second why from the answer you got, and then the third why, you will immediately see that it is coming from this, and it is because it was inserted there. Then you now see who inserted it for what purpose. So I would think that we go from there to where the same candidate, having said that leadership is the problem, not a constitution, we say for certain that bad leadership is coming from that constitution. If the Labour Party and their candidate will want a debate on the subject, we will be more than glad to come to shed light on that position. It is that constitution that is responsible for the bad leadership we have. Why do we have a central electoral body in a federation called in the Federation of Nigeria? There are people who sit in Abuja and decide all of what will happen that will produce that leadership. Where are we going to get the competence from? Because it is a matter of horse trading. We saw it happen even in the primaries for which the candidate left PDP. And so if the bad leadership is coming from that same constitution, if the corruption is coming from that constitution, If the impunity is coming from that constitution, everything we can complain about coming from that constitution, why don't we turn off the tap? Let us go turn off the tap. And so we don't want, initially, we were going to believe that it may just be a matter of ignorance. But progressively, we are beginning to think it has more to do with some level of dishonesty. It may not be with the candidate, but the people, he is not a lawyer. And so there must be some lawyer, even if he's not the one to come to do the debate. Let there be a team from that candidate, from that campaign that can come. Let the obedient movement people come to listen so that we can explain to them exactly what, because they're going to be not only disappointed, they're going to feel defrauded when they find out that the people who are loading them into an engine and a vehicle that has no engine, when they get to find out that those people knew that there was no engine in that vehicle and yet loaded them at the time they were running away from the danger of a Fulani invasion and all kinds of other calamities that are already converged. It won't be funny. It will be a sorry sight to behold the day those young people find out that they have been misled, they have been deceived. And so we just want to let everybody know that this is the time to stop and sort out that problem. When we press further, the same candidate now says that, oh, there's the 2014 conference report. I'm going to, let me read the tweet that was sent out from North Carolina. He said, the review of the Constitution will be part of the overall restructuring Nigeria's desire. It will entail legislative, executive, and judicial actions. Ultimately, the Nigerian people will decide. This is meaningless, totally meaningless, because the mandate of National Assembly does not extend to constitution making. Our sovereignty remains with us. We elected those who went to National Assembly for the purpose of making laws under the constitution we have made. We have not made any constitution. That's the contention. Anybody who is not willing to listen to that contention now is going to learn on the street the meaning of constitution. Constitution simply means what it says, to constitute. Under what terms, at what point did the Yoruba submit their sovereignty and their people of 60 million into this union? Under what terms, at what point did they submit their land and their waters and their people into this union that now give over their assets to people who are not there, who do not particularly wish them well? Under what terms, at what point did we all submit our right to secure ourselves to people who are bent on killing us off, like we have seen? Because that's what that exclusive list that has police and arms and ammunition and military under the exclusive control of the very people who are, on an ethnic cleansing onslaught against us. We never agreed to such. We are saying it loud and clear to you. We have gone everywhere we can go to tell those who need to know, because it's going to become problematic. Those who will go to that election and say they have now won to come and govern, go again and see on YouTube the title, a broadcast from Ninas that says the winner of 2023 will find no Nigeria to govern. It may look simplistic. We're not threatening anybody. We're just telling everybody what they need to know, because we're in contact with the people who are complaining, the people who are fed up, the people who are ready to do anything to save their lives, because it's now their lives. Their assets have been taken for over 3 decades, 4 decades, 5 decades. Now their lives is required of them. The revolution to do away with the old order already succeeded. Let nobody kill anybody, because the people are thinking that election, that the revolution is building up. No, that revolution, it was a referendum on the old order. It was a referendum on unitarism. It was a referendum on corruption. It was a referendum on that constitution itself, that young people would do the kind of thing they did to basically disown the two parties that have been passing Nigerians among themselves, since 1999, the APC and PDP. Having succeeded in that revolution, because except somebody wants to deceive himself, it is a rejection of the old order. No, there's no other way to explain it. Having succeeded in that revolution, how do you then bring the dividends of that? How do you convert that success into concrete outcome that will bring a new life to you? We invite those who, executed that revolution to come forward for us to work out how their demand, that revolution can demand an end to that constitution. That was what the NSAS people refused to do, and that was why their revolution ended in fiasco. If the ones who are doing PVC revolution now refuse to direct that whole energy to the base of the problem, we are saying it without equivocation. It is that constitution that is the problem you want to solve. Every other thing you are told, bad leadership, bad corruption, impunity, all of those things are like, flowing from the tap called the 1999 Constitution. So we invite Ninas, invite the organizers of that revolution.
All right, I'll stop this video here. This is the video that is just reiterating what we told you guys before. The man that was driving a car with no engine went and crashed everybody into the ditch. And then the same group of people will come out and say, hey, this is your constitution. How do you guys even want to do it? Hey, you'll do it. But when it comes to nothing that will serve the purpose, you will show up in mass. When it comes to NSAS, you will show up in mass. When it comes to bad governance, you show up in mass. The one common thing that can do the job and do it effectively, just like you are possessed by demons, he said, hell to the no. I will never do it. I would rather die here of hunger and carry Russian flags and get shot for nothing. Imagine if you guys were talking about your constitution more than anything else. What is the meaning of bad governance? Can you define it for us? What exactly are you guys trying to achieve? If you end bad governance and your constitution is there is no way for them to end it because your constitution is the bad governance. That even if you bring Jesus Christ of Nazareth, or Allah, or a man, I don't know who you want to bring. You bring them and you ask them to operate under that constitution, brothers and sisters, you will go nowhere. We have warned you guys to lower the emotions, because as the emotions goes up, guess what happens? Your logic goes down. You will not be able to reason. You will not be able to reason logically. That's why we cannot be deceiving ourselves, doing things that will not add to our benefit or serve the purpose that we dearly see, because we know what you guys want. We know what you guys want. We know what you're yearning for, but you refuse to learn. You refuse to sit down and understand how to totally solve this problem. All right, let's go on with our topics today, brothers and sisters, which says hope deferred makes the heart sick. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. This is a Bible reading, by the way, a Bible line that we all familiar with as children, because the longing fulfilled is a tree of life. According to our brother Nelson Mandela, he said, I learned courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers the fear. Wow, what a powerful statement. Food crisis and hunger from protracted terrorism, foreign invasions, insecurities, and displacement of farmers from their farmlands is the best straw that, or is the last straw that broke the camel's back. Hunger made the poor masses overcome their fear, right? Because they don't have anything to eat. They are not going to UK for their son's graduation. They don't have a 25th wedding anniversary planned in Dubai. They don't have anything. They don't have the brand new cars that you guys will buy, like 20 or 50 of them, and be driving it, blowing dust while people are trying to eat. So the hunger made the poor masses overcome their fear of bullets and death. Because guess what? Who that is down need no fall. And since the poor Nigerians were denied access to the table and the venue of ongoing debates and conversation about the reconstruction of the disputed union of debt called Nigeria, guess what they did? They took their discussion under the mango tree, just as Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, warned us so many years ago, 25 years ago, and counting. So today we will center on why making the decommissioning of the 1999 Unitary Constitution, the prime demand of the protesters, which will calm frayed nerves, set the country firmly on the redemption pathway, and de-escalate tensions between the government and the hunger-motivated protesting youth of Nigeria, whose hope has been dashed severely by the callous and greedy political and religious leaders. You heard our son tell you that he's no longer it's no longer okay because we are not considering all our children as children. Some people matters because you can take them on their next flight and take them to Dubai to go and have breakfast and fly right back. When our sister cannot even go to the farm and cross over to take her farm products, her little basket, she can't even be able to take it across to go home and feed her children. And you guys think you're children of God, that you're praising God? The lies must come to an end, brothers and sisters. The lies, the lies, the lies that we've been told must come to an end in order for us to move forward. All right, I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint of the day while my sister add.
Okay, yes, the lies need to stop. We can't, the worst thing is telling yourself, lying to yourself. You can lie to many people and they will not even know that you are lying. But when you begin to lie to yourself, that's colomenta. You don't go colo. And that's what we're saying. We must stop lying to ourselves. My sister is taking over.
Right. I love this picture. I don't know if anyone is paying attention because we like to divert our attention to things that doesn't matter. If you're looking at this eagle, we know what eagle stands for, right? And if you look at that eagle and see what the eagle has in its mouth, and it says under the bottom, open door. That's why God is not coming. That's why you can sit here and make noise from January to December for 20 years on end. He's not coming. That's why you go on and you shout, ba, 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 you do all those things, nothing will happen. Because you know what? God has already done you the favor. You're just stupid, very stupid. So stupid that you cannot recognize it. So you're there thinking you're shouting and your emotions will make him turn around. Oh, I forgot. Let me come down and bring the key and open the door for you. When the key is right there by the door, all you have to do is to turn it over. You refuse. My brother, please, cry me a river. That one you're crying is not enough. 20 years, 40 years of crying is not enough. See if you can buy some from China because you're going to need it. If you refuse to do the right thing, you will cry till you will cry no more. And guess what? Again, it's word without end and we continue to move on. So our objectives today is to look at the meaning of hope, hope deferred by unfair and unjust Nigerian structure, Emeka Anyoko, how he rejects the unitary 1999 constitution. That's if they don't pay him overnight and then he comes out and say otherwise. Because that's how they go. When their money run low, oh, Nigeria is not the constitution. Is the problem is not the constitution. When their money runs high, it's the other way around. Or Peter Obi, oh, you can't drive a car without engine. When he wants to be the president, he tell you, oh, the constitution is not the problem because I only have one watch. It's exhausting. How long that Nigerian requesting a restructuring? The restructuring that we've been shouting about. So some of you will now make a video go viral, whereas this is what Nina has been shouting about for the 525 years, as if you guys are demonic. You're not hearing because it's your brothers and sisters speaking. But when somebody else, when non-entity says it, because you hate your brothers and sisters so much, if you promote their video, oh, they will go viral, they will be better than me. No, let me promote this random person that I heard from them and come and tell you. That's how demonic you guys are. May the Lord of our ancestors, may they help us. And of course, we cannot move forward without reminding ourselves that we live in Osman Danfodio estate. So if you keep lying yourself, they will never control your future. That's why when you are in Nigeria, when you have that Nigerian passport, you are regarded as nothing, no matter how much you have in your account. You mean nothing. Even when you're the richest black man in the world, it means nothing. Of course, we have to remind you guys of the fair use disclaimer. We are using this Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're using this thing here as a teaching tool. Do not mess with the video. All right, let's define hope. Hope is a feeling of expectation and a desire. It's an aspiration or wish for a certain thing to happen. This is according to Oxford Dictionary. No, we love to give credit. We are not criminals. You don't go and copy what Ninas is doing and say, oh, the Elders Forum now is recommending for constitutional takedown. When you have been schooled by Ninas, no credit. And we're using this show to tell you guys how things are done right. But because you don't have the attention there, you have attention deficit. Even when you look at it, you still not understand what we're trying to do because your mind has been criminalized. All you're thinking is how you can do it from the criminal standpoint. It's also a feeling of trust. You want something to happen or be the case. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. As you can see, our Lord and Savior, the God of our ancestors, has given us some instructions. You know, if you go to Proverb was how in our land, in Igbo land, how our ancestors used to speak to us. That we learned that when they speak few words, it will mean so many things. And you can use it to fight so many challenges. But now we're busy speaking Queen's English. Somebody looked at you with one eye, you ask them what's wrong with your eye. Because you have lost every part of your DNA to the westernization project. Hope deferred by unfair and unjust Nigerian structure. And we're saying it's not about leadership. It's about the foundation, the structure that is important. Because if the foundation is not right, it's just a matter of a bad wind, not even a bad wind, a light wind to come by and everything will be on the floor. That if we do right by all of our children, if we see every child as our child, this world will be a better place. We will not be releasing bomb any kind of way and throwing it somewhere because somebody did something and you're angry about something because it's not your child. Because I promise you, no matter what the other person did, if you knew your child was there, there's no devil that will make you release that bomb. But because it's not our child, it's okay. If 50 billion children dies, it's okay. You know, it's part of war. The hope of the people has been dashed for a very long period of time. We know that the politicians have not been matching their words with their works. They are sending wrong signals each time. A case of do what we say and not what we do. They tell people, tighten up your belt. Don't, go and farm. Supplement your salary. Charge people because now you will come to an office. Somebody will want you to start paying their salary in that your space called Nigeria. Oh, we haven't gotten paid for the last 10 months. So the services that are supposed to be free, they will be begging you for money. You hook up with a bank manager, sign up for bank services. Before you know, a bank manager is sending you WhatsApp messages early in the morning, begging you for money, traumatizing you over and over again. Because I bet, who knows if they're paying him enough or whatever they are doing. That's what you get. Trauma everywhere. So we keep tightening our belts while they keep expanding theirs. That's why every one of them, they look pregnant. They expanded, their children look fat, big, ugly, all kinds of stuff with all the money they're spending on themselves. In this unjust Nigerian structure, there is a broken trust between the government and the governed. And it's ongoing. Politicians are talking of renewed hope. And we ask, what do you mean by renewed hope? What hope are you renewing? Oh, hope that Tinubu will make more golden nuggets. Or is it hope that your 10-year salary that was withheld will be paid overnight? What is that your hope based on? Hope that people that are used to swimming in the morning, they will cut up dollars and pounds and put it in the bathtub and start taking shower. You want them to stop doing that so they can give you hope? And we ask, where is the roadmap for your so-called hope journey? because they're again messing with your emotions. They want to make you promises you know they will never fulfill. If they care so much about you, why are they waiting for you to come on the street before they start offering you hope? If they really, really do care, you guys been screaming, squinting, crying, calling on God, doing all kinds of stuff since they squeezed the life out of you guys, but they didn't do anything until they see that their life and their money and their looting is threatened. Now they're offering you hope. And we also ask, what is the destination of that hope? That is a place where people could arrive and at a stated time. What vehicle are the people going to travel in to that so-called place of hope? Check in here. So they are talking to you guys as children with pacifier. Oh yeah, because with pacifier, there's no milk coming out. So you give it to a child. The idea is sucking it, bam, 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 nothing is coming out. A smart child, usually they would throw that pacifier across the living room and start shouting. And you're allowing those that when you look at their history, historically, they have not been fed to anyone that has been under their roofs. None of them. But you want them to give you hope. They are taking money with our names on it for their pockets. And you want them to give you hope. Hope deferred by unjust and unfair Nigerian structure. People now understand the tricks of the politicians. It's just the story that my sister told a few weeks ago, how a toro, as little as the toro is, it will convince a big giant elephant to take him along. You can imagine that. You have been punked. That's how they say here in Texas. They have punked you, girl. You don't even know. So you're busy thinking you're part of the pack when you are the joke. You're the joke. You're the food on the table. The same Tinubu that taught you guys how to do protests under Jonathan. Now they are killing our people for doing the same. Nobody killed Tinubu, as ugly, as demonic as he looks. I said, how are people spending all this money on themselves and they look scary? Eh? Can somebody put him on thyroid medication before that eyes comes out? These people, they know that renewed hope is intangible. Our people, they know that you're lying to them. So that's why they took to the street. Hunger. A hungry man is an angry man. They have not been eating. We heard a story of a mother that was cooking stones for her children so that they will stop crying and hoping in anticipation that she will bring them food. So right now, Tinubu and Co is cooking stones for you guys. You sit there thinking, oh yeah, they told us to hold on, hold off. We are cooking. When they finish, there's nothing coming for you, my dear. It wouldn't be bad if they throw that hot stone on you because before they cooked, it was cold and it will be painful. Imagine now if they cook it for 12 hours and throw it on you, you will melt. So hunger is leading the protest and you cannot postpone hunger. Government of other countries are usually proactive rather than reactive, but Nigerian politicians will always take the people for granted because they feel like you mean nothing. You're nobody. You're just occupying the space. You are who they can show off their wealth through their partnership with their churches and their celebrities, while you are the spectators. You're there watching while life goes along without you. So our people took their hunger to the streets because they know that politicians do not care at all. These people, they have stolen the people's power and took away their mandate with the help of the illegitimate 1999 constitution, thinking, who can challenge us? We are so in charge that nobody dare comes near. Well, change is coming. Change is coming. Our brothers and sisters in the northern region are fighting. They are getting cues from their Niger brothers and sisters. They will know, they know they play because you guys have, you left them nothing. You left them nothing to live for. So leaders or looters, guess what? Your days are numbered because those young boys, You left them nothing to work with. As a result, consequently, they are coming for what belongs to them, rightfully belongs to them. As you can look at this picture, you can see there are people are like, we've had it. If we want the Russian flag, any flag that they see, the way they even look at it, if demon give them a flag now, they will take it. That's how desperate these children are, risking their lives, knowing there is a potential death attached to this. And of course, if our people that is carrying these flags, that brimstone and hell will rain upon them. If these things you see here was happening in Igbo land, brothers and sisters, the mortuary will be overfilled by now. But they have made their mind. Can you hear me? Something is making noise.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Yes. So it's coming, y'all. So don't even think, it's still ongoing. There's still an ongoing protest in Kenya. They are not giving up. They said Ruto must leave. So we are saying that interregnum president and his cronies and his criminal politicians, Wike and Co, every one of them must leave.
Through the 1999 constitution, because if you bring them and bring another criminal group, it's the same thing. So it's about 1999 constitution must go down.
Yes, in conjunction with 1999 constitution. So that's what we're telling you guys, our people. If you're going to listen to anyone, you must listen to someone who is not benefiting. That's where you start. If not for anything, go and search someone who is not benefiting. And it doesn't have to benefit from a political standpoint. They can be benefiting from making movies because the politicians will support them. They can benefit from church. If you're going to listen to anyone, come and check us out and see if there's anyone paying us on the background to make sure that we're not speaking the truth. And that's where you start. That should be your starting point, brothers and sisters. There is a way out. The template is already on the table. And all we ask you guys is engage that template so we can end this madness once and for all. Thank you.
And my dear, yes, you see, these children, they don't even know the consequences of what they are doing. They don't even know if it has consequences. All they're doing is that they're rejecting Nigeria of death in mass, in their heart of hearts. They don't even know the implication that all these people are telling them, it means this one, it means that one. That's not what they just know, that their brothers in Niger see what they're doing, they are following them, and they'll just move on. And as we speak, we heard news, allegedly, that 800 of these children have been arrested. Poor, hungry, deprived citizens of their so-called Nigeria. That's what we tell you people, you're not citizens. You're not citizens. These people, these security operatives, cannot go after corrupt politicians. So they will not go and arrest terrorists, bandits, kidnappers, and those sponsoring them that they've known all these years. They will do as if they're deaf and dumb. But poor innocent children that just carried something and started flying, that they don't even know the meaning of what they're doing, they will just all of a sudden, we immediately they arrested.
Oh, and also they say they arrested the teller. The teller that's something.
That's the boy in front here now.
That's stupid.
That's the boy with this. So they are able to find them, but you're not able to find the terrorists that have been terrorizing villagers, sacking them, displacing them, doing everything that you're doing. We say, stop the lies. You two they play. Una two they play. Stop playing. The play is too much. Our brother Emeka Anyoko, he has jumped out to come and say, we reject unitary 1999.
Where is his money now? Tinubu, where is his golden nuggets?
From nowhere, they will just scratch their heads somewhere and say, oh, what are they saying? What are they saying? Say, oh, they say in 1999 constitution. Oh, okay. Give me microphone. Bring microphone. Put that table. Put that table. Where's my red cap? Where's my red cap? Give me my necklace there. Somebody, give me my necklace. Oh, this is not what this thing is all about. He came speaking. I watched the video. You say it's the unitary structure is inappropriate.
Agunwa.
The governance system is inappropriate. Really? When did you discover that the unitary constitution is inappropriate for a diversified society like the Nigeria that you have been trying to run for 100 years? Over. When did you discover? Diplomat emeritus, General Commonwealth Master, sharing what your people told you to say. The puppet for Britain and Fulani. Yes, the structure is inappropriate. It's unable to address our diversity. Yes, because in India, in Canada, they have true constitution, true federal constitution. So this one is not good. Can we discover? At what point did he discover this truth? He said any nation that fails to address this diversity in their constitution will collapse. He said Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Sudan. You just realized upon traveling all these years, you never realized that these people, what is making them succeed is that they have autonomous member units, that they have true federal system. But your dead cargo that you've been dragging along, calling Nigeria, is a dead horse, dead on arrival, because we are too diversified. Language, 500 types. When this one is speaking, you don't know what the other one is saying. Yet we are supposed to be one country. Religion, multiple. Culture, abracadabra. Some people believe that eating frog is good. Some people believe that worshiping frog is okay. How do you form a nation without proper terms? Some people believe that, okay, carry the women, do anything you want to do to them. Some people believe that, no, treat them with respect. How do you get a system that we want when we see things so differently? How? Emeka Anyoku, a diplomat that you called yourself, educated. How did you not understand this? And it took you 25 years that Ninas have been warning to suddenly say yes. That this constitution will not make for effective internal security measures. It will not make for rapid economic development. It will not make for satisfactory social development. Eureka, you just discovered. And then to show that you don't even know what you're saying, what did you do? You call for national referendum. When you don't have a nation, who are the citizens that you're calling for the referendum? When you just said that we have multi-nationalities, multi-ethnic nationalities in that space, which national referendum are you calling for, Ogasa? Because you don't understand that we don't have a nation yet. What we have is slave pen, slave jail at gunpoint. That's what we have. Everybody is held down in this slave camp with gun. See ordinary children that carry flag, that they don't even know what they were doing. See the person that are calling teller, is there looking like someone that's not eating for 20 days, but they still arrested him. And we told our people that any protest that you do that is not about decommissioning that 1999 constitution, unitary constitution that tied everybody together in one jacket, with multiple ropes, 68 points. Any protest you're doing that is not centered around it is a waste of time and it's fruitless. You're just wasting your time. If you want, die while you're doing it, you would have died for nothing. But if we can end that unitary constitution, if we can end it, we begin to calm nerves. I see a lot of, even in platforms, You can't even say anything. Everybody will come at you, want to eat you because nerves, sparking. Everybody's agitated. You have to be, you can't live in that Nigeria or be associated with Nigeria and not be agitated. I'm surprised that everybody is not coming down with ADHD, like all sorts of madness everywhere. If we can end that constitution, we are talking to the children that are agitating, the youths, the NSAS, the obedient, and bad governance. All this is just agitation. This is showing that your hope has been deferred for too long. You are just agitating that no. These people have severally deceived you. That's why you're agitating. But we are saying do things the right way. We understand that your hope has been dashed severally by these callous and greedy politicians, of course, with their religious partners. We understand that, but you have to do things the right way. There is a way to do it so that you can get the result that you want. We go to the northern Nigeria requesting restructuring. This video is actually 2-year old. This video. And it's not even a real thing. It's just somebody that drank something that maybe kunizaki or whatever the person drank and just say, like a mechanic could jump out from somewhere. It was 2 years ago. There's somebody out of mischief just carried it from somewhere so that they don't hear the voice of what Ninas is saying. If you want, keep deceiving yourselves, doing all the things you're doing, and we are seeing you. The more you deceive yourself, the more your blood and the blood of your children will flow. And you, the people, if you allow them to keep doing this to you, by picking up what does not make sense and spreading it everywhere while you are just looking, boo, you are doing yourself. Guess who is hungry? Is you. Guess who has been suffering? Is you. Guess who doesn't have hospitals and everything? It is you. Go to Burkina Faso. Immediately they did the right thing. See what that young man is doing there. Everything, pam. He even imported, he got a mobile hospitals where you know that it will take more time to get the things put in place. Burkina Faso have been there. They're even better off than some of you people here. But see what they're doing upon that. Vehicles for doctors so that they can get to the people. We're talking about people using their brain, not getting dead people to be on the main road, directing you and start trying to pilot your affairs. This thing that we're doing, this particular section is an excerpt of Nina's rejoinder to this video that was making round from the north requesting for restructuring. This old Nina's put it out on 8th August 2024. Like we keep telling you, when Nina's put things out, we bring them here, break it down for our people so that it will make sense, because we understand what the enemy has done. So some of the English that you use for Nina's videos and publication, because it has to be standard, it has to be according to international standard. So they cannot afford to say it in pidgin English so that you can hear. That is why, as daughters of truth, we go bring it, read it, get other things research, break it down for you so that it will make sense. It will make sense to you. We told you last week, a problem has to make sense to you before you understand the solution on the table, and nobody will deceive you again. So we're saying, before asking for equitable federal union for Nigeria, in place of the disaster that Nigeria has become, in the north, northerners, all these people asking these questions, you need to answer these following questions. All of you, not just the northerners, west, everybody, all the Nigerians. Oh, we want equitable federal union. Hey, that's because that's why you're sharing that video, throwing it everywhere, because they said equitable federal union. Hey, us want equitable federal union. One, how do we get it? We don't know, but we want everything. Before you ask for that, ask these questions. What happened to our previous federal union? Our previous federation, what happened to it? What went wrong with that federation of Nigeria that we thought we were building? Who spun things around? For what purpose? And so when you ask this question, then you now begin to ask sincerely, what do we need to do to reverse and remediate these things that happened? If you have not asked these questions, you see, you'll be deceiving yourself, because even if I give you the solution, you still not understand it, because you're not asking the right question. You're not asking yourself genuine, honest question that when I give you answer, it will make sense to you. You have to come to the table with your correct brain of sincerity, honesty, believing that, oh my goodness, I have suffered. My children have suffered. We have seen where we don't see where. Why? So we say, please, I don't want to hear lies anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to hear lies anymore. Please, what is the truth? You see, you will come sincerely. Federal constitutional structure was negotiated and agreed upon at independence in 1960. That was what our forerunners, our progenitors, that was what they agreed on. True federal structure, that was what we agreed on. And then, boom, 1967, somebody removed it. Please, my dear, stay there, the next slide. Somebody removed it and then replaced it with unitary constitutional structure. They wrote it down, sealed it by all the constitutions they've been putting in place. These constitutions, mind you, were never made by the people. They bypassed the people, the owners of the land, the people that will say this is how we want to live. They bypass them. Just like Emeka Anyoku is trying to tell you people, go to the state, collect 1, 2, 3. Maybe you go to Anambra, you collect his father, collect his mother, collect his brother. It will be 3 to represent Anambra State. Yes. And then go to Ebonyi, collect 1, 2, 3. I wonder who is going to be the 1, 2, 3 that he's looking for to collect. These people just keep lying to you. So they bypassed the people, decapitated the agreements, brought unitary constitutional structure to tie everybody together so that we cannot do pim, onwai, pim, anyai, pum, our ear, pum, everything tied together. Our hands together, chained, legs chained, even nose, everything. Like in the Onima Atuyozu, as if you're dead inside coffin. And they keep making these wrong prescriptions. Oh, we want to fix it. Yeah, this is what we should do. Because they're criminals. Fapo Hunda and his co will jump out. New governance model. Then Emeka Anyoku and his group will come out. New constitution, written by few friends that have vested interest, that we are sure that they will do what we want them to do, so that our thing isn't big enough, the things that we want will be there. So we just call our friends. Yeah, sure, you want a new constitution? Yeah, we just call our friends. They just come and then pass a law and then do national referendum, and that's it. Oyibo. Some people say it's new structure based on 6, abi 8, abi 9 geopolitical zones. I don't know. 20 geopolitical zones. I don't know. And these geopolitical zones, mind you, are based on their criminal 36 fragmentations or balkanization called states. And they are, of course, they are lopsided 774 local government areas. These unworkable unitary union of 812 government units. 812! We went from 4 or 5 regions of government units to 812. And these 812 units have to be financed and paid for every month with the resources that they hijack from the people, the original 4-5 regions. Why wouldn't there be hunger in the land? Why wouldn't there be insecurity? Why wouldn't everybody will be? It's even the grace of God that people are still existing alive in that Nigeria. Of course, tied everything with 68 exclusive chains. The weight of 812 government units and their thousands upon thousands offices, executive office, judiciary, legislative, everything with office times 812 times. Hey, why will you have money to do anything meaningful after paying these salaries? After paying all the allowances for all these people? I heard their media person saying, oh, we want to cut down the entourage of the first wife or the first lady when she's going. We cut it from 20 to 5. Did we vote for first lady? Is first lady a elected position that we are paying for? Which country are you hearing that first lady this, first lady that? Even ordinary Ochicha, Regina, what is Daniels, just that jumped into bandwagon of first lady before being the fifth wife. Now she has voice to shout at Nigerians. People that are crying, people that have so-called husband join to deprive and steal from. She will carry phone because phone is very cheap to them because they're stealing our resources. And then their mouth, pump, doing mouth like popcorn. It's not your fault now. How will it be your fault in them? It's not your fault. Is it not Nigeria? Nigeria that brought all the mad people to come and be talking to human beings. People that cannot even stand in the face of certain people if things were working right. No, everybody will jump out to main road. Everybody can talk. If Nigeria were a private business, a private enterprise, I'm telling you, the overhead cost alone from all the salaries and allowances, we make that company to continuously run at a loss. We'll talk of making profits. We are not even talking about the corruption and the stealing that is going on with all these salaries and allowances that we're talking about. People will say, okay, what's the sequence of events for Nigeria to be restructured into a workable and equitable federal union? You have sequence of events. You don't just jump out from somewhere and just, for 25 years, Ninas have worked on this, looked at other things, looked at other countries, see where they got it right, where they failed. Look at South Africa, how they ended apartheid. Look at Sudan, look at Nigeria, look at US, look at Canada, look at all the countries. What did they do? They researched. The people that have differences like we do, what will work for us? They did all that and said, okay, this is the sequence. This is the problem. This is how to solve it. That's the sequence. It's a first. We need a viable, time-bound mechanism for navigating the distressed and collapsing country to a pathway of redemption. Yeah. Collapsing country, very suffering monumental international disgrace, even as they did the Olympics. You see the disgrace there. The disgrace of Nigeria is at the international level. Yet some people are still deluded. If you tell them Nigeria is sinking, they go into panic attack. Well, the words of your mouth. Don't bring your words of your mouth. Don't say it. Don't say it. I will say it. I know people like lying to yourselves. I was not born that way. We are not. That's why it's called Doctors of Truth. We speak truth to anyone that needs to hear it. You are in a sinking boat, and if you don't get life jackets, you are going down. You and your entire family. If you want, look at yourself now. How many times have you been praying? How many night vigils have you had? Yet, is it not time to talk to yourself? Is it not time to just calm down and stop all this agitation? When you hear something, you start getting agitated. It has not helped anybody. One is saying, I used to respect you. I can't respect you anymore. I say, who respect help? Then they chop the respect when my people are dying. My people can't even eat it. What am I doing with the respect? I'm down with my people on the ground. I'm no more in that elevated place when you are thinking in your mind. No, I have entered this I gutter with my people because I have to go inside there to help bring them out. chop your respect. I no eat them. I no need them. People where died, are they being respected in the graveyard? You need that first of all, you need the time-bound mechanism. It has to be cleared. And then a clear-cut transitioning prescriptions for union reconstruction. They have to be clear. It's not something that you say, oh, I think it's this, I think it's that. No. What it means is that we are clear what needs to change and by what process, so that we can address these grave constitutional grievances that we've been having, killing our people. So as debates and demands for restructuring continue, yes, it's good to debate, have conversation, because before, we are not having it. If you mention 1999 constitution, they'll put you down the table and say, shh, don't talk about it. If you say self-determination, oh, don't talk about it. So it's good, it's okay, because we want conversation. Rather than carrying gun and looking for who to shoot inside forest, we don't want that, because that's not a civilized way of resolving crisis. We want to have conversation. So as that conversation is going on, we want to remind us that three main issues need resolution. The first one is, do we have a union? Do we actually have a union? That's the first question. The next one is, what is the structure of the union? And the third one is, what system of government do we want to use to run this union? It's so simple. These three issues must be resolved. I don't say just ask, resolved. That is what needs to be done and how. To put it in everyday language. Where we say, what thing we want to do and how we want to do them. Gini ka actually ime. Please say this thing in all the 500 languages you have in Nigeria, because we want our people to be hearing in their native language. Yes, we don't want our people to disown who they are. I'm an Igbo woman, proudly so. I'm not even playing. I'm not even apologetic. It's very erotic.
Yes, so
I speak like an Igbo woman. I eat like an Igbo woman. I dress like an Igbo woman. Everything I do is in Igbo.
Yeah.
People. This is who I am, because identity crisis is a major cause of mental illness. I don't even want to have that mental illness at all. So begin to own your identity. Stop lying to yourself. If you're Urobo, say that you're Urobo. I will greet you as Urobo woman. But if you don't want to own your identity, please don't use your own, spoil my own. Because this girl is
very boutique. Very boutique.
Proudly.
Yes. So, hey, what happened to the boutique t-shirts we're supposed to make?
Oh, but yeah, we need to get it.
Hey,
we're not even playing.
Boutique indeed.
We're not even playing. I remember in those days, they used to tell me, oh, you are the tribalized Igbo. I didn't know they were abusing me. I think that means Abi pass. I know the tribalized entity. I be Igbo person, Igbo woman. Now I be.
Yes, so Boutique, you know who we are.
Yes, own it. I will respect you. What we are asking for is mutual respect. We're not saying to deny your identity. Own who you are. Mutual love, mutual respect, but you have to own who you are first. Be proud of it. Then we can interact. Then I can even exchange things from you. If I feel like eating bagri, I can say, oh, my sister, how you they do them? Teach me. If I feel like eating banga soup, I'll ask my people. We are rich. The place we are, rich in culture, rich in everything. We don't want to lose anyone, because it's God that made us that way. So we are talking about the three things that need to be resolved. We told you the union. Have the diverse ethnic constituent components agreed to be one political union? Ajuju Kanjuru is a question. Now question now they ask. That is, those people that these criminal politicians keep collecting constituency project money on their behalf. Yes, constituency money, constituency project money. Yes, those people, yes. Have they agreed that they want to be in this union that you are dragging them? That's the first question that needs to be asked. And it has to be answered properly through referendum. The only way the people can speak is not by bringing 5 people, 3 people, 2 people to speak for the people. One person does not answer una don't come. You will administer referendum for them. And then they will say yes. So you identify them first, then administer. They can come together with other people that they have worldview, similar worldview, and come together and say, okay, this is what we want in our region. But it cannot be forced. It cannot be at gunpoint. Now, it cannot be me, an Igbo woman, going to take Ishekiri, tell Ishekiri people, we must do it this way. It must not be me, an Igbo woman, going to tell Yoruba people, do it like this. It will be Yoruba on Yoruba land, Igbo on Igbo land, Urobo on Urobo land, Ishekiri on Ishekiri land, Ijo on Ijo land, Tiv on Tiv land, Igala, all our peoples. We make that decision. They get brain. The white man think they are fools, but they are not. We know better. We know that they are not.
We know who the fools are now.
We know who the fools. The white man thinks that are native, uncivilized. We know that is not true. It's the white man that is the uncivilized one, the one that is
very uncivilized,
stealing people's things. Our people are not uncivilized. They are very civilized. And we want their rights represented. We want their voices magnified and amplified, so that we hear what they're saying. Emeka and Yoko, do not represent them. You. You're not a white man. It's a white man that came and said, you. You are now one Nigeria. So the structure, number two, we talk about the union. Then the structure. What structure do we have for the union? That's when we have agreed. And the people, if people say they don't want, it's still their right. It's still self-determination right. They can say yes or they can say no. And after that, what structure do we want? Is it federal? Is it confederation? Is it unitary? The people will decide. If federal, who are the federating units? They have to be identified. Through referendum, not by you, Amaka Nyoko, telling them who they are. They know themselves. How many tiers of government? What are the power relations between them? 2, 3, 4, what is it? It has to be specified. Then what is the system of government? Is it presidential? Is it parliament? You see the sequence. I know the sequence. My people in the Igbo, are you seeing the sequence before you start sharing the video of a madman that is coming from where I don't know? You see the sequence. It has to follow that order. Anybody telling you otherwise, do not listen to them. They want to steal from you. They want to continue to take your blood, to make sacrifice. These people leading these union debates and discussions, including Mr. Hunger. Yes, because we know Mr. Hunger is leading the protest. They need to know about the constitutional reconstruction made easy by Ninas. It's already made easy, it's on the table. In how now, all this one that people are running up and down for what I don't know. You are wasting our time. It has been done. The indigenous ethnic nationalities have formally declared a union dispute. Why they declared union disputes? To enable us to find solution and fix it. Is the sequence, what you want to do first. And they did it December 16th, 2020, through what you call constitutional force majeure. If you want, you can call us by the side. We'll break this English down for you. It has to be done that way. That's the international standard. If you go to 2007 United Nations Declaration for Indigenous Peoples' Rights, if you follow Article 1, it's up to about 46 articles. Go and see it and read it. You see how Ninas had followed it all this while in the people are jumping up and down.
You're asking them to go into the ants hole. They can go on the website. Look at you. Yeah, go and read it. Go and read what? Yeah, right.
But they went to school now, doing a doctorate degree, being a professor.
Between schooling and brainwashing. Yes, with bleach. There's nothing there, my sister. It's hollow. The only thing that we are taught is how to represent the Western interests. That's it. Nothing more. That's why when you look at them with one eye, they will ask you what's wrong with your eye. So please keep it moving. Thank you.
Maria, you can take the take-home points.
I blew your breath.
Yes. My dear.
The people, all of them were brainwashed. All those Ivy League students, even they're brainwashing these communities. And guess what? The citizens are calling them out. I was listening to this guy the other day. He said that useless guy that came from Harvard telling us this. And why? This is how they've been lying about this. I said, oh, people are waking up.
Thank God.
For years, they made us think like, oh, if you go to Ivy League, you got it all. My dear, I have met significant number of them. Nothing is happening there. Don't let them come and intimidate you. You want her womb. They will jump fence that is not even there. They will jump fence that is not even there. Because they may have knowledge of economics or whatever. That's it. So do not expect them to know. They can break down the economics calculation for you. That's it. That's why when they come out, they can't even tie a scarf. They will put a turtle on their head and think it's a scarf.
Imagine.
They are not even smart enough to say, let me pay an expert to tie a decent one.
For where?
All they know is economic calculation. Then don't get it confused. Don't let anybody come and tell you, who this, who this. No, they are only expertise in what they are doing. That's if they are.
They are not.
You can come in there and challenge all of them.
See the world collapsing. How are they? They are not any expertise in anything.
Yeah, you're right. Because they are in charge.
They are not deceiving us, and we thought they were.
They have been in charge. Look at where we are. Where. Yes, they've been in charge for years with their westernization project. Nothing is happening. The world is going down and they're getting richer. It's all about them at the end of the day. All right, let's go with that take-home point. Brothers and sisters, things are happening. We are very excited. The Lord of our ancestors is on our side. The take-home point, Ninas has the key to our self-determination and freedom. So for those of you coming out and trying to take credit and put your stamp on it and pretend, don't let them come and visit you after you sing one song or one love. The ancestors are not playing. They've given you 25 years to reformat your brain. If you begin or continue to take the credit of the work that your brothers and sisters are painstakingly done for the past 25 years, you think you can come and put your name on it? You may meet my ancestors for dinner very soon. End bad governance in Nigeria. End bad governance in Nigeria. This is what you guys are doing. End bad governance. Even you, the citizen, you're bad yourself. Because you have not even done your homework. Yeah. They have left you in a place where you're not even thinking. And we tell you that your so-called bad governance is the product of bad constitutional arrangement. Your so-called bad governance is a product of bad constitutional arrangement.
Finish.
So end bad governance is only, you must end 1999 Constitution. Because we are going to the foundation.
Yep.
We are going to the roots. We are going to go and, think about how you get rid of an annoying grass weed. If you cut it, give it 1 week, it will grow back again. The only way you will get rid of it for you to go to the root, use a shovel, shove it down, get the root all the way, and even get surrounding areas in order for that thing not to come back. And in this case, we are referring to the 1999 Constitution. To prevent power vacuum and anarchy, Ninas has proposed a time-bound transitional period. It's a no-brainer. It can be done. You guys saw the, Bangladesh Prime Minister ran away overnight. And the students are there helping to organize a transitioning process. So the same power that you have for obedience, for end bad governance, end SARS, ending them more, ending the whatever. If you are not going for the roots, brothers and sisters, the grass will grow back again. If you are not going for the roots, to destroy the roots that is giving power to that plant, brothers and sisters, we go nowhere and the problem persists. During transitioning, you rewrite the rules that you want to live by. Go and talk to your counterparts in Bangladesh, your brothers and sisters in college. I know they paid off our, University Student Union. They paid them off back home. Luckily, the one in Bangladesh is still working. They are part of the transitioning process.
Yep.
so that we can implement the change that will serve your purpose, not the purpose of Obasanjo, not the purpose of my governor. My husband is the president, so I have to use all the fuel in Nigeria to ride to my village. Like you said, is president's wife, is that a electable position? These are the same people that told you, we don't need your money. We already stolen all the golden nuggets all over the world, so we are good. Now they're even stealing from their so-called the biggest black man in the whole world. Transitioned all their oil to their names. We showed you guys that 2 weeks ago. Go and watch the video. What is the strategic action here on the table? You should demand shut down preparation for 2027 national elections as a mark of rejection of the 1999 Constitution and insist on having transitioning for constitutional reconstruction. Once again, I kept reminding you guys, or I will keep reminding you guys, that even Jesus Christ of Nazareth, even God, the God of our ancestors, even Allah, Iman, any one criminal that comes in that name to tell you that they will run Nigeria as it is currently constituted, please release the brimstone, including me. If I come and tell you that I have one watch, that Nigeria will work under this constitution, please destroy me and my watch, because we are criminals. Once again, if God shows up, Jesus Christ of Nazareth shows up, Paul the Baptist shows up, or St. Peter Obi shows up and tell you that he will fix Nigeria for you, brothers and sisters, release the brimstone. I don't care if they have one earring, one watch, one tooth, one anything, or even none. I don't even care if they come naked. Release the brimstone, because they are the criminals benefiting from the blood of our people. It's not enough for them. It's never enough. Go and look at all of them. I was marveled this weekend when I was listening to the story about Bangladesh. Do you guys know that the so-called president that has been in power for the past 15 years don't even have any family members of hers living there? Her children are all over the place. What kind of a place are you guys running that your children cannot live in? American president, did their children go and live somewhere else? British president, did their children go? What kind of demonic place you guys are running that your children cannot live in?
Yeah.
That will tell you they are not for you, people.
It's called hellhole.
They're not for you. Their sons will live here. One, the president of Bangladesh or prime minister, he's a businessman. I say businessman, my ass. Businessman, my foot. Businessman indeed. He's the only one that knows how to do business. So shut down. I don't even want to say this guy's name because he might go to hell.
You
see that name that starts with F? Shut it down.
Yep.
The one that was sent by Tinubu, that deception draft bill, shut it down. 2014 Confab report. Emeka Anyoko, I know your money went down again. You are shut down.
Wow.
And anyone, Peter Obi, and what is that guy that needs thyroid medication? With all of them. Shut it down. Shut it down. We need transition now. You guys have sucked enough blood of our children.
Yep.
We need classes for Mohammed that only want to sit on the floor and learn. And we can't even offer him that. We need bridge for my sister to go to the farm and be able to cross home with her hoe or her hose and go home to eat whatever she brought from the farm. Transition now. No more IDP camps for our people. We need our farmers back on their land.
Yep.
The only way it will work is for us to get rid of 1999 Constitution and get rid of the criminals benefiting from you not knowing that it's 1999 Constitution is holding you down.
Yes.
And I promise you, we will be home in no time.
Yep.
These things are not too hard to fix. We are all online. If we don't know what to do, we copy and paste American style to start with before we fix it. Let's say we are so dumb We don't know where to start. If we don't know where to start, we copy and paste. But I promise you, because we are Igbotic and we know who we are, you have nothing to fear. That place will be fixed up in no time.
In no time. Just like this.
We practice it on a daily basis.
Yep.
Where we work, when there is problem, guess who solves it in no time? We have been engineered to solve these problems in no time. The only delay in this process is you, and you playing politics with the lives of our children. Announcements. Spotlights on our ancestors. Please go watch the video. I love the one on folklore that we told you guys about. How the stories our ancestors told us can help us to make a perfect decision when we get to a crossroad. Where our ancestors teach us things, proverbs, they will speak one sentence and it will mean the word to us.
Everything.
We left it all to follow the I don't even know what to call them anymore.
419, miseducation, diseducation, everything. Nonsense.
We are going back to our roots.
Yep.
The God of our ancestors is alive and well.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, once you connect with them, they will visit you every night and tell you things to do and say and believe in. That's why we're going to get our Igbotic t-shirts and say we are Igbotic. And then on the back of our t-shirt, it will say we know who we are. You can go and kick rocks. You can go and jam the electric pole. Or better yet, you can go to Home Depot and get you a rope. You know how to use it. Because we are who we are. And in the same token, we acknowledge everybody else. But what you are not going to do is to make us to feel any type of way about who we are. We are out of that hole. We've already crawled out and our head is big. So join us on Twitter Tuesday, Nina's is right, to learn more. Instead of going to on drip, my sister said, go there, go there. Or you can go on our website. We have actually broken down the on drip for we did what was it 3 or 4 shows to break it down for our people. So you can go and learn. It's there.
Yeah.
And then for those of you that went to Harvard and used all our Nigerian money to go to school, please bring it and read now. At least you can read that one now. You can read and that one is not wisdom. Only the proverbs. They didn't hide any hidden meaning there. It's plain. You know, your Harvard brain should allow you to understand it. And if you want to learn more, if you want to be part of what we're doing, this project, somebody is paying for it, but you don't hear us shouting on the radio. If you don't pay, we'll shut you down. We'll take your name off the list. You don't belong here. We'll lock a gate. We'll put a gate in the cloud. When you come, we'll knock you back where you came from.
We're
not making any threats, but you know deep down, even printing papers costs money, making phone calls costs money, connecting with people costs money, going from one place to one place costs money. People are paying for it.
Publications. Yes.
Publications. What are you doing on your corner? You know, you're not helping around. You're just sitting there. You're giving your money to the same church that held you hostage up to today. When you can pay into something that can help liberate our people and give them a fresh future. Call these numbers. Send the email. Go on the website. Begin the work today. It's not too late. It's not too late. I am of the opinion that if the children of Lucifer can put a plan on the table for 500 years and be sucking the blood of people intentionally, I am of the opinion that the children of the Most High God, the children of our ancestors, can stay on the right course and achieve even greater goals.
Yes.
So wake up, my people. Have no fear. Anyone on the righteous path, have no fear. Because the other side, the other people, that don't know who we are, they are not like us. They have done it. And I promise you, because we're on the righteous path, we will accomplish all of our goals, all of it. None.
He say.
Remember, say, brothers and sisters, we will see you guys next week. It's been a wonderful outing. Continue to share, continue to enlighten our people. The job is already done. The keys are on the table. So the sooner you pick it up, the sooner we can end this madness, and the sooner we can go home. Begin to give credit to your brothers. Like, oh, Sister P has the key.
I'm the key. He has key. Open the door and enter. Stop running up and down inside forest.
Give credit to your brothers, your sisters that are doing the work. Don't be quick to go and praise other people. When your brothers and sisters, it's like your mother that took care of you in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, you see another woman because she's wearing a red shirt. You say, oh, to hell with my mother, I'm following the other mother.
Especially when your brother is saying the right thing. That will
Especially
set you free.
The right thing. We have to do right so that the God of our ancestors will help us to finish this fight.
Yes.
Have a wonderful weekend. Until next week. Bye-bye. Please share,
Bye.
share. You know, we did this show a little bit earlier today. Yeah, some things are happening in the background, but because we are intentional in all our ways, we still try to show up. So please make sure you share these videos with the rest of our people.
Please.
Bye-bye.